Happy Saturday and welcome back to Wanderlusting Lawyer. Today I'm going to be speaking about sleeping sacks, aka sleeping bag liners, and their use on the Camino de Santiago. I see this question brought up a lot about whether a sleep sack is necessary, whether it's better than a sleeping bag. I won't be speaking really about sleeping bags because I didn't use one, and I would, if you're doing a Camino anytime in the summer, I probably would not recommend one. Again, my Camino was late June to late July, and except for one night really in Roncesvalles, I was hot on the Camino. In general, even if it's cold outside, the rooms that you're in, because of all the bodies, generate an enormous amount of heat. So I went just with a sleeping sack, also to cut down on weight and size for my pack. But a sleeping bag might be right for you for another time of year. But sleeping sacks, they're absolutely necessary for the Camino, mostly because a lot of the albergues that you're staying in don't provide any. They may provide blankets and they may provide some type of little paper thin mattress cover, but they don't provide any sheets. Now, some of the private albergues will, and they're still only going to be 12 or 14 euros a night. But in general, even if they have their own sheets, what's nice about a sleeping sack is that it separates, yourself from the mattress. And bed bugs are a huge concern on the Camino. I had no personal experience with them, thankfully, but I had some friends that got pretty lit up by bed bugs. So you definitely want to bring a sleeping sack, and a lot of places make it mandatory. Now, if you're going to be staying in hotels, obviously that's a different story. I would say there are 4 considerations that you're going to think about when you're choosing your sleep sack. The first one is fabric, and again, this is a personal preference. It may relate to the temperature outside, but it's really a personal preference. The main fabrics I've seen available for sale are cotton, polyester, or microfiber, and you have a range within that. Fleece or microfleece, bamboo, and silk. If you have a chance to try out different ones, or at least maybe go to RAI and see what they have, I think that's important because, for example, the most popular brand that I've seen, I think it's called the Flying Swede, or the Happy Swede, something sweet, the Friendly Swede. That's what it is. It's basically a silk-like polyester material, but it's very slippery, and it just wasn't really what I thought would be comfortable on my skin, especially because I tend to sweat when I sleep. So I did not go with that brand, but that tends to be the most lightweight. Now, another consideration is price, which is connected. So something like silk or bamboo. Again, silk wasn't really what I was looking for. Bamboo, I think, would have been really nice, but those tend to cost $70, $80, and I was doing Camino a little bit on a budget. So, and then with cotton, when you wash it, it's not going to dry quickly. So I opted for sort of a microfiber, very soft texture, but not slippery like the silky type of textures, but also will dry quickly in the Spanish sunshine for when you do get a chance to wash it. The third consideration you're going to want to think about is weight. Like I mentioned, the silky material type bags tend to weigh less. The bag I bought, which I will show you in a second, weighed more, but for me, and it was bigger, but for me, it was totally worth it because the fourth factor, and what I think is probably the most important factor, is ease of access into the bag. Zippers are going to add weight onto the bag, but I think they're super important. And this kind of touches on a Camino philosophy. I think there are 2 different philosophies that you can have, maybe more, but philosophy 1 is have absolute minimal stuff, minimal weight. I don't really like that philosophy because I think it means that you can't give to others who are in need. If you only bring one hiking stick. You can't give someone your other hiking stick when they're in need and they don't have one. If you have, you know, one S hook instead of two, you can't give one to someone else when they need one, like I did once. And I mean, I find that's the Camino spirit. So if you can carry extra weight, I just prefer to have a few extra things. But two, it's sort of a philosophy too on kind of your thinking about yourself and thinking about others. One of the biggest issues in the dorms is noise, especially in the bunk beds, because if one person moves, the whole bunk tends to shake. And so if you buy a liner that has, like a lot of them do to save on weight, no access point other than like the very small part at the top where you kind of slip your body into. If you're someone that gets up at night to use the restroom, just keep in mind that to get in and out, you're going to be causing a disturbance in your bunk bed, and you're probably going to wake up your bunkmate. I mean, it's your choice to make, but I just really wanted to have easy in and out, and also because I said I get pretty warm when I sleep, I wanted one that had a zipper on the bottom as well. I did not want my feet to be hot in the sleep sack. I know some of you guys will understand that, those of you who sneak out one foot outside the covers when you sleep, despite the monsters that might be under your bed. So when I looked at all those things, and I was looking for, you know, a cheap bag with a good material that was soft, would dry quickly, and give me easy in and out access and not weigh too much. I went with a bag called the Tucker Plus sleeping bag liner with full length double zipper. This costs, and I'll show it to you in a second, but this costs about $20 on Amazon. I'll throw the link in below. And again, I'm not affiliated with any of these companies. I don't get any money. If you guys buy this product, I just want to let you know what worked for me. It's a polyester microfiber, so like I said, it's really soft, not at all slippery, dries quickly, especially in the sunshine. It is a little bit warmer, I would say. I think it is a good choice if you're not going to have a sleeping bag, because if you are someone that gets a little bit chillier at night, this is going to keep you a little bit warmer than some of the other bags. It does not have built-in bed bug protection, but I tend to think that's a gimmick with bags. Like I said, I didn't do anything. I didn't get bed bugs once, but there are also other ways to treat your stuff that's a lot cheaper. So like I said, it is a bit heavier and larger. I think the Friendly Suite is probably about, half the size, but in my Marmot pack, I just threw this right at the bottom, and the shape of that pack fit really well for that. And that meant that when I arrived, I could unzip, pull it right out, and throw it on the bunk before I unloaded anything else to keep everything clean. So it has, I'll show you now, the zippers and the pillow slot. It comes with this case to kind of just keep it separate. But I guess you could leave that behind to save on weight, but it weighs probably like half an ounce if that. So this is the entire bag. It has the pillow slot, which is nice. You can wrap this around the pillow that they give you just for extra protection. And then you have you have a tab here to keep yourself in, and then the full length zipper down the side and at the bottom. And then the other side doesn't have a zipper. The other great thing about this is that if you are two people, or if you're in a bigger bed and you don't need a cover over you, you can spread it out and put two people on here. So again, this is the Tucker Plus sleeping bag liner, $20 on Amazon. I thought it worked out really excellent for the Camino, and if and when I do my next Camino, I'd have no hesitations on taking this bag again. So let me know, or this sack again. Let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for watching.